and welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next chapter in our adventure. Adramalihk has fought off the abominations, but lost track of flow. Might his companions have more luck? Find out as we explore a new land of power and ancient secrets in Exalted, Treetop Tango. Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender. I'm your host, Game Master George, interrupting Dr. Mr. Freckles, trying to sell me on another game. And today we are back to Exalted. Thank you for joining us, and let's meet our cast. First up is, who am I going to go for first? Rich. Say hello, Rich.
This is not the order.
I know.
Yes. Our listeners know this isn't the order.
Good.
Leave a comment below that you don't like this order if you don't like this order.
Also, leave a comment below if you do like this order, and also like just put a lot of stuff around it so it gets a lot more attention. Thank you.
I am Rich. I play Smiling Mountain, also known as Rakim. If anyone shows up who decides to call me this, we'll see. And a fun fact about Rakim is that he was actually assumed to be a very small child when he was little, and it wasn't until he started growing at a very rapid rate that they realized he had been blessed. This happened very early on in his childhood, but okay.
No, I was just gonna
you seem like you got a question. What's your question, George?
No, I was just gonna ask where he found the ooze or whatever.
Oh, the giant's blessing, or the blessing of the mountain, is actually an occurrence that happens, I don't want to say frequently, but it is known around Smiling Mountains. I want to say town, but it's really just the vicinity.
Like sort of like an urban myth or urban legend kind
Not
of
an
thing,
urban myth, because the people are real and like you can see them, but being born as a giant happens like, let's say, 1 in every 100,000 children or something. Like, it's not like unheard of. There could be other adult giants and stuff, but it is a phenomenon that is occurring, and it's lauded in the house.
Noted. Your town is blessed by some kind of odd spirit of the mountain.
Yes,
all right.
Most of the giants have mountain in them.
All right. And moving on, we have Craig. Say hello, Craig.
Howdy, everybody. It's me, Craig, playing Dhirim Bareth. And a fun fact about him, as we saw in the last episode, or our last episode, I don't know where we are anymore. Dhirim is quite capable of crafting, creating things alike, which has only been amplified by his solar ascension. But a fun fact is Dhirim's fascination with the past and all of the secrets that are held there spur on his personal goal to bring the next renaissance of artifacts into the world. In believing before that the key to peace and prosperity for the land is in committing to these questionable items of power. Now that he has the ability to possibly make some of those, he's hoping to usher in a new world, bringing the right light to what has been demonized in society.
Okay. Your goal is eventually to create artifacts of your own.
Hell yeah, I'm going pure Urza here, baby.
All right. Last time on Exalted, you met with the leaders of the Broken Horn tribe, who informed you that their goal was to acquire the genealogical records of the city of Nachara, to hopefully find those of special stolen blood, hoping that they would be able to then reclaim that blood, bring it into the fold of their tribe, and empower themselves in some way. At least that's what they told you. You then returned back to the city in order to try to acquire said records in their time frame of 2 days, 2.5 days, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Returning to the city, you found the gates barred, and that prompted Mountain to break the gates while they're on the cusp of a siege. At which point you met with the guard captain, who came to investigate the scene. He revealed himself as a member of the council, then went to go summon the rest of the council to get their verdict as to whether they would allow you to take the genealogical records to the barbarians. While it was going on, Dhirim did go back, utilize his crafting ability to repair the gate, thankfully. And then you were met with the startling revelation that a large number of the council was dead. Naturally, having your suspicions about the immaculate order that has been revealed within the city, you then went off with their permission to go acquire those genealogical records and bring them to the barbarians. Along the way, you had an interesting conversation one with Sinus Lenawe, who seemed to be genuine in her concern and desire to protect this city. However, you did require these genealogical records and leave the city to bring them. Along the way, of course, you shaped the forces of creation in order to photocopy the scroll that you had.
Cosmic power, 21st century ability.
That you would be able to have your own copy of these records. As one of the things that you had noted was that the guard captain was, in fact, one of those people noted as being among those with empowered blood. You then went to deliver the scroll to the leaders of the Broken Horn tribe. However, upon arrival, you found that one of them, the bear-like creature, lay dead upon the ground. As the others came rushing in that direction, Lore of Autumn at your side at this point, Mountain then sensed a familiar scent on the ground near the body, leading off in a direction before eventually ending abruptly. This being a scent of death, reminiscent of your time in Nexus when you fought that woman in veils. And that, of course, ended with a question of, where is Adramalihk? And that's where we'll pick up.
Oh man, we got a lot done last time. We were on fire. Okay, that's fine. We'll do this. Okay.
Recap alone was like as much as we generally get done in a session. Like,
and next time on Exalted,
right? That in itself felt more than productive enough. Okay, yeah, let's get into this mess, huh? Okay, so after saying those words, Diram locks eyes with Mountain and says, "Can you track it?"
Stops here.
At which point the remaining leaders of the Broken Horn tribe have arrived, unless you choose to intercept them early.
Oh, why would they?
Great. And they go to examine the body to see what has happened to their dear friend. Lore standing there with you, silent.
We think we know the kind of creature that has done this, or entity.
What kind?
You know more than us, Lore, so you may be familiar. And no, wait, I think we actually talked about this last time. We'll talk about it twice. It's fine. That happens sometimes. Commercial.
Right?
Are you aware of creatures that their blood awakens similarly to yourselves? And I point to all of them and us, but of a darker nature, surrounded by shadows. They seem to resent or have a distaste for their previous lives.
I'm not familiar with anything of that sort.
We encountered one in a necropolis that wished to, I believe they were trying to use the soul of the city to rend a hole into the underworld, right? That was what they were trying to do.
Something at least along those lines.
Yes, they're trying to create some sort of opening. I believe it's been a time, and it was a bit confusing even in the moment. We were just trying to save someone.
We were lucky enough to intervene and stop whatever was being enacted. But one thing is for certain, often these creatures can be capable of terrible things, maybe a motivation of vengeance in some capacity, revenge, certainly in a power behind them.
But they do serve someone. That's what, and I tap my bracer that actually has that lady's veil. And I said that is what she said, that they serve something.
And you believe that it is more likely that one of these creatures did this, rather than the enemy we already know exists here?
Yeah, I will be honest with you. That was my assumption. I was truly expecting the smell of burnt ozone, churned earth, things that we are accustomed to from the Immaculate Order.
Can you smell the displaced air, water?
No, this is entropy. This is the smell of stale wind, of many deaths long ago.
The snake person then speaks from over there. Blades, pierced by blades. Not a touch of death or of elemental powers, just blades.
They do use that, yes. Or the one we encountered used the scythe in particular.
As could any champion.
You're right, but any champion would not leave behind what it is I attack. I have no love for the Empire, and if destroying the Immaculate Order would get us closer to avenging your fallen comrade, and what I was hoping would soon be one of our comrades, I would certainly do so. But if there is another enemy afoot working on other things, then I want to make sure we are pointed in the right direction. And should something happen to me, I would at least like to know that you have that information, so if you encounter a being such as this, you will know.
How many of these beings have you encountered?
I look at Diram.
Two, right?
Yeah,
two.
two is the actual answer.
Okay, now I'll say it as Dirham. We've encountered two.
And they both behaved like this?
No. One, hell-bent on its own path to the point in which we had to intervene due to its malicious purpose. Another, myself and Mountain travel with.
Your third companion, the one who was here when I met you first,
Indeed.
possesses the powers that you sense here.
Actually, are his different, or do they have the same sense?
They have the same-ish scent.
Yes.
He just doesn't use them much around you, so.
Right.
Yeah, yes, they do have this. Yeah, but when he uses it, Jesus, I mean, he uses it. When he uses it, it's covered in shadow and smoke. Yes, but actually, I'll go over and examine the body. I'll look at the blade work and stuff, because if it's a bunch of like tiny knives and, you know, hand prints instead of feet prints, I'll be like,
Intelligence medicine check, please.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, you volunteered to do it.
You're not wrong. I just
While he's going over to the body, Darren will just continue on and say, at a minimum, Lore, what we need to keep in mind here is we are aware of the capabilities of these creatures, and Mountain here is fairly certain about what we're dealing with. Whether it is our companion, which I'm hesitant to say it is, he's just simply the one that we know has the most understanding of this presence, but he's also not with us right now, or there's another one that we don't know about that's out and about, causing chaos amongst your party as well as the city itself.
I have two. I have 2 intelligence. I rolled 2 intelligence.
All right. With a 2, it's actually not... There's a lot of bear, but it's not too hard to find blade marks or the stabby places where things have bled out. And you can find lots of little blades. Blade punctures, as well as what looks like blunt trauma at various places, what would look like hands or kicks of various types.
And can I look around the ground for tracks?
You can give me an intelligence survival.
What's up with all this intelligence right now, huh?
Hey, you're the one doing investigation.
Not perception?
Nope. You know what? Perception. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, the sound of that. Thank you. Thank you.
Because it kept being intelligent.
Right. A man can only take so much intelligence rolls.
Nope, you're right. This is not you interpreting stab wounds and whatnot. This is you trying to find tracks.
I'm just looking at my awareness. You said investigation or awareness?
I said survival, but I will take survival or
survival's better.
I'll take survival or investigation.
I don't want to pump up my survival. Ooh, good thing I'm pumping it. Okay, so that's 2 successes with a 10. And I'm gonna pump it all the way up, and that's only all right. So that's 4.
Okay. With a 4, you do find footprints leading in that direction. They are pretty faint. Whoever was doing it was light on their feet, and you also see some smaller marks next to it.
Oh man, like a monkey?
It's hard to tell.
Oh man.
You're gonna have to kill him. You're gonna have to kill him. All right. So
just think, if you'd done worse on that roll, you might not have found the smaller marks.
That's true. I'm gonna taste it. Does it taste like monkey? No, I actually can't do anything right now because I'm about to start glowing. So we're gonna stop doing that.
So yeah, Dirham is just dialoguing with Lord Bottom and following behind Mountain as he gets these results.
Yes, one set of tracks very faint. It seems to be being tailed by maybe a creature.
Dirham shifts his head a little bit just out of the direction of where Lore might see his facial expression as he considers. And his mouth tightens a little more.
Yeah. I kind of like, I give you like a look like from like,
Well, if we have something that we can pursue.
We know it goes in that direction, but then it all of a sudden ends. I don't know if there's an entrance to something. Don't know. There, I can take you all to where it ends, and then maybe your senses or keen eyes or even knowledge of this space may help you glean something that I could not.
All right, let's move either way.
And I'll take them there, but
we follow wherever
it stops dead. I
Okay.
say it stops here, and when I say it stops, it's all gone.
Yes. When he brings you to that location, it does not appear at first glance as if anything is wrong here. It appears to be a fairly undisturbed patch of forest.
Okay. Dirham's gonna just search around the area, see if there's anything that looks particularly disturbed in here. If this is where the tracks end, just to see if there's anything beyond like his scent, beyond his other perceptive track.
You're using the word perceptives to clue me into using the perception stat. So perception investigation.
I didn't need that. I didn't need that though.
What's intelligence?
I ruined me. I ruined me in doing that. Okay. So this is perception awareness. Cool.
Perception investigation.
Perception investigation. That's what I said. You'll make it say that. I said that in the podcast. Okay, here we go. I don't know. That felt like a pretty good description too, right? Let's start the begging.
The control.
Not stunt.
All right. A boop. A boop. Okay. And I guess I'm a juice, right? Let's juice and see if I can catch anything here. So, all right, let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. A little more to go. We're gonna juice up 4 on top of that. Ooh. Okay. 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. With 5 successes, looking around in this area, you can find the footprints that Mountain was indicating earlier. Once he pointed them out, now that you're looking at this area in particular, it's easy to see. Where he indicates that it ends, you can see that the footprint almost seems to sink a little further into the ground, the second to last footprint, than the very last one. It sinks slightly further and then cuts off halfway.
Mountain, you see this track here? Points it out.
It's a footprint.
You think he jumped?
Like I do.
It's not so much our style for Adramalihk,
No.
unless he's bouncing from tree to tree, or it is somebody.
Is there anything
like
in the area that looks like it would be good to jump to?
Well,
Is it a clearing?
there
Is there a lot
are
of trees.
This is like a thickly wooded area.
Yep.
In just panning up and just scanning the higher points based on what Dirham is doing is just like calculating trajectory based on the theory of like in that pathway, if they're moving quick, jumped, like looking at those and trying to hone in on like the magic assassin theory of which crazy bounces they took.
You're good at seeing, correct?
Good enough.
No, but you have.
Yes. Yes. And sure, why not? And
well, if you want, I will jump with you, and we can see what you can see. Then.
That's
so kind of combine if this person has
a combo move, if you will. I'm into it. And Dirham will. I don't know. I presume like it's an unconscious
like a thing.
Like,
yeah.
That I would just like get up on his back. Right. There's like a couple of like positions based on
either
technique.
or I'll just like crook my arms. You're like blam, and then we just go. Because I only just realized how big 10 feet is when I was like, I'm going to go for the max 10 feet.
Yeah, it's
the
big.
Other day I was
You're
looking
a big
and I was
boy.
like, that's ridiculous.
You are a big boy. Yeah. So yeah, I assume the carrying position and try and hone in on what I believe is the trajectory based on the details I've picked up.
Okay. Give me an intelligence lore to be able to identify the correct trajectory.
Ooh, intelligence lore, spicy. Okay.
You should have no problem with that roll.
That is my bread and butter, baby. This is
Pump
about artifacts,
anyway.
right? Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Yes, it is artifacts. No.
I'm going to juice.
Mathematics.
Might as well juice
and
this.
physics.
Oh boy,
which is really just maths.
It is. You're right.
And I'm a juice it. So 7 success.
7. All right. Figuring the trajectory, it's easy to tell the direction. It's harder to tell like an up-down angle because you don't really know how much force would have been applied, particularly when dealing with someone like your kind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you can give him a general direction that it seems like they would be able to, that they would have been heading in if this was a jump.
I will do so. And I'm going to try and land more adjacent to where he's pointing. So that way I don't like step on whatever the actual like point of impact is.
Of course. All right. Give me your athletics strength.
I get pluses to jumping because that's my specialty.
Yeah. We're doing it. We're playing the game. It's happening.
9, 10. Okay. And then we'll pump it to. No, I can't pump it anymore, really.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you could if you don't give a shit about like glowing and stuff.
Yeah, I'm worried that the fucking whatever the fucks are following us, and they're gonna be like, I knew it. And just in case this doesn't work out with Lore of Autumn, I want to have like a weird alliance with them. Like, there's just we gotta plan our shit.
That's fair. We've got like 7 exits right now.
Yeah, you guys are great at playing both sides.
I mean, until you gotta pay one, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that when this was
worry.
Remember when this was just gonna be the stop of us fueling up and then going back home?
We're gonna learn stuff. We have so much experience.
We live here now. This is our home.
I had planned an adventure for when you arrived back at Nexus.
And now you'll plan another one.
Don't worry, that's already resolved. Timeline moves forward, folks.
Hooray! I have a 6.
6. Congratulations. You jump into the tree.
Yeah.
Successfully.
Yeah. All right. We're in that tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. Well, we got here.
Now it's up to you, Eagle Eye.
Yes. And Dirham starts scanning the horizons again. And this time he will also spend a lot more mana to bring out the keen sight technique.
What's this man who speak of?
Or whatever it is. The fucking power.
Called
What's it called?
Essence.
Essence. Or essence.
Motes of essence.
Oh, motes. Because it says M. The peripheral says M. It says 3M for motes. Come on.
So what are you exactly looking for?
To see if there's another trajectory. Like if they just like
Or you're looking for a landing
jumped
point, right?
forever. Yeah, I'm basically just trying to literally follow the steps and path that they took from leaving this area.
Okay.
Because this is
So you're
in
looking for
theory
the
our only
signs of
lead.
them landing somewhere on the tree,
Right.
and then trying to gauge the next direction that they went.
Or they're just broken branches and stuff, so even if they didn't land, maybe they brushed past something.
Okay.
But signs of passage.
All right. Give me your roll.
Very well. Still
You can
intelligence,
do
of
it.
course, right?
Intelligence investigation.
And I mean
think-
that debate of what this is felt pretty stunt worthy, right? I think that's probably worth probably 2 dot stunt. It felt pretty good.
I mean, we're
how-
both involved.
Yeah.
I'm
Have a
involved. You're
1 dot
involved.
stunt.
Okay, very
You
well.
must stunt to get stunts.
Okay.
Remember, 1 dot involves just you. 2 dot involves the world. 3 dot probably doesn't happen. Uh-oh.
No, I'm just. It's not bad. Truly not bad.
But it's not 7.
It's 6. yeah, it's 6 success.
Okay.
Nice.
As you begin looking at the tree, you're not seeing any signs of passage, any signs of landing. You're beginning to doubt whether you were actually able to identify the correct tree when you spot just the slightest broken twig on a branch,
Ooh.
indicating that something did indeed pass by here.
So Dirham will indicate to the next location and just say, that's the pathway that they started going into. What direction does that lead to? Or is that them returning back to the city?
It does. It heads not directly back to the city. So if there's directly back to the city, this is like a 30-degree angle to the side.
Okay.
So
Like
it could,
outside of the city.
yeah. So it could be going and then looping around. It could be going to the river if they were to continue in that path far enough. But it's not directly to the city, but it is a city adjacent.
I mean, I'll keep carrying us that way if you keep looking for clues and stuff.
Yeah. I think let's take the path in that direction. We might be able to catch up. Otherwise, feels like they're going back to the city. And I guess
I'm
the
just seeing
question would have been, how
it
old did
costs
that body
for-
look, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm doing
Well,
graceful crane stance, so I can just kind of try and run through the trees and take the same trajectory. So that way, Dirham can kind of stay on the trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Inside
will burn,
activated. He's just like
3 motes, and I'm
he's
just going along the trees.
Yeah, and just going sentry mode while allowing Mountain to go however fast as he wants to.
Yeah, I'll wait for you to direct me, so you can ratatouille me at this point where you're like,
Hell yeah.
I just go.
Okay.
Perfect.
And you can rat under my hat me, and I'll just go in the direction you want to go. There we go. Avoided those copyrights.
All right. So as you begin tearing through or lightly, gracefully jumping between tree branches in this direction, Dirham, give me that investigation roll one more time to track it on the move.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I feel like I
That's
gotta
a D12.
power this one up. This one feels important. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna power that up.
Do you want to talk about how in the CSI kind of fashion that you're looking around and stuff?
Well, I mean, of course, right? Activating his keen sight technique, Dirham closes his eyes, opens them, and there's this faint, like, gray energy just present in his eyes from there on as he basically begins scanning in intense speed. His eyes just like darting in every which direction as Mountain continues to pull the group in, hopefully, the correct path.
Okay. Can I have it on dot stunt?
Oof, it's dark times. Okay, here we
He
go.
doesn't want us to find it.
No, he
you
does
gotta
not.
involve the world in the stunt to
Okay.
get more, not just yourself.
I thought I did. I'm observing the whole world. Isn't that enough? Okay, whatever.
Give me those
You know,
George R. Martin descriptions.
Got to talk
Okay.
about like the faint differences in the way
Okay.
the animals tweet and shit.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll talk about the tweeting and shit. Fine. One,
Tweeting, just say the word tweeting and shit. That's tough.
tweeting shit. So that one is an 8.
An
Ooh, Ooh, my man.
Stay-
This
stay
is the
tight.
kind of stuff we
Stay
need to do,
tight.
apparently. We just need to investigate stuff
Right?
all the time.
Let's just watch things forever. That's it.
All right, Hardy Boys. As you are making your way through the trees, it is becoming harder and harder to track as you get further away. There's simply more options for the directions that it could go. And you are able to track it for some time. And it does indeed seem that it is slowly closing the gap toward the city. Eventually, however, you do reach a final broken branch and then are unable to find a further connection point. But at that point, the trajectory seems very clear that this is indeed heading back toward the city.
It's attacking the city now, too. I wonder if we were in the midst of it. We got to go back either way.
A slightly worse option, and I'll drop down and put Jerem down, would be that there's more than one, and this one is reconvening in the city to finish
Attacking both sides.
Exactly. One would have already started last night on its dark work. The other one came this way to make sure that more of the enemy was killed, because the enemy is going to blame them for this, and vice versa. It's a very easy. You're about to go to war, people get assassinated. Oh, you let this guy do this stuff, so they were able to find the people and they died, etc. There's a very easy blame game taking place here. The question is why? Why would you want these people to be killing each other? Who benefits from this?
Good question. Either way, we need to make our way back into the city and returns to Lore of Autumn.
Yeah, I assume they've been following us as animals and shit. Shouldn't have been too hard.
Or were they just keeping up?
The two leaders of the Broken Horn tribe did not accompany you. Lore did.
Oh, okay.
But she's keeping somewhat of a distance from you.
After we're done, I'll wave her.
Give me a perception socialize.
You got it.
Ooh,
I'm good at those.
perception socialize. That's spicy. You throwing some weight? You throwing some weight?
No, I can't right now because that's been an hour and I gotta save.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm running.
Would you call her common folk?
Yo, definitely common folk, right? Yo, she common as hell.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's unlikely that you will ever find an Exalted that is common folk.
We're pretty common.
Yeah, I would say we are
common folk anymore.
I think. No, anymore, sure, but like, what is our air in society?
Actually, we established that like I grew up in a fairly like well-to-do, so you're not. That's fair.
Yeah. You're also you're all scion. You were scions of the realm at one point.
Okay, that's fair. So that's like in some concept of status.
Yeah,
I got a 4. Not my best rolls tonight.
Okay.
With a 4.
Not bad.
What are her stats?
Not very social, if I remember. She's all about turning into dinosaurs and fucking people.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
A huge threat. Huge boss-like threat.
All right, you wave her down, and after a moment, she does head in your direction, alighting on a nearby tree branch.
Do we notice that she was hesitant?
No, you missed it by 1.
Damn.
So yeah, once she's waved over, Dirham just says, "Lord, we believe that the threat made its way back into the city. We're gonna go in, see if we can find it, and what's actually going on here.
We think something wants the war to happen.
Something potentially to benefit over both of you coming to blows."
Her owl form turns its head around, doing that 360 back in the direction that you came from, looking back toward them, looks at you. Give me your charisma presence.
Got it.
Now you're throwing some weight, right?
Yeah, now I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Also, I'm good at this.
That's what I'm saying. Besides juicing it.
Beginning of the session, and you're getting to use your good stuff.
Right?
This is prepping you for all the stealth stuff you're about to have to do.
No! Come on!
No.
We were having such a good time. Remember when we were progressing and like...
Honestly, if you gave us a stealth mission at this point, if it wasn't something we could accomplish by jumping into the end of it, then we would just be like, we're just fighting, whatever we need to do.
Right. Yeah, who's the first person we can cold cock as hard as possible?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 mountain clocks the nearby guard, begins stripping him and putting his tiny uniform onto his gigantic body.
3 more helmets to make one helmet.
Do like the art of the friggin' like men need no tools stuff and just make it work and just make the extra stuff.
Yep. Okay. Like 6, you said?
Yes.
All right. With a 6, her head slowly turns back toward you, and there is a moment of hesitation you see at this time before she gives a nod and starts to fly away back in the direction of the others.
Oh shoot.
I don't know if she trusts us right now.
Dirham says quietly to Mountain, "I was hoping she'd come with us."
Do we give the people the photo or the thing?
Nope.
Oh, we should do that now. Actually, we should go back.
Hey!
You call
out?
I mean, I actually say quietly to Dirham, we need to give it to the leaders. We can't give it to Lore.
Ooh.
Lore hears your hey and
Never
turns.
mind.
Yeah, we'll just go back that way. Like I just start heading back in that direction.
It just waves. And just waves and awkwardly turns around.
Also, we have to go get our horses anyway.
True.
Okay. You begin heading back in that direction.
Shoot, how far did we travel? Oh God.
Yeah, unless it was like very close. Yeah, then it's like, is it better just to go into the city at this point?
You are closer now to the city than you are back to there.
All right.
You traveled for quite some time.
Rakeem,
Can you tell your demon to give this to the thing?
Yeah, I think.
And then if anything harries him, you could be like, then go back into your space.
Yeah, I think. I mean, cards on the table. I've used him all of like that one time we found out kind of what he was capable of, and him reading books in a library.
Either way, we need to make sure they don't attack. And they said they were going to attack later tonight. We don't get them this thing, so we do have to give this back to them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we have no other way of communicating with them quickly.
All right, I'll give it. We'll give it a shot, right? And he materializes his.
Or we can run back. I'm okay with that too. Like it sucks, but we can't have them attacking the city.
I think time is of the essence. I think if this can work, let's do that so we can stay on task. There are people who are dying.
You know, let's go.
And he materializes his Lord Demon
up in the air or on the ground.
Oh, on the ground. We're on the ground,
okay.
right?
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. Did you go back to the ground? Okay.
Yeah. I presume once we stopped, right? Because we stopped and we were like, that's the thing. Hey, come here. Yeah, this is the situation. Goodbye. Wait. No, never mind.
Oh, I assumed you were doing that up on a tree branch with you perched on his back and.
Damn, dude, you make us so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. We like ground. We're okay with it.
All right.
Yeah.
So I
materialize him, and I pull out the copy. The copy. Yeah.
The real one. It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
All right.
Doesn't he already have the real one?
The Lord Demon does have the real one, right? Because we gave it to him to keep that safe, to make sure that nothing else could possibly happen and send him away. Right. So Theorem will say, I need you to go find. Ooh, we even know their names?
No, Snake Lady, the leader of the Broken Horn tribe, and tell them you have delivery for them. If anyone else, specifically a Snake Lady, or what's the other guy? We would know because we just
the bear's dead. Spider.
Either the Spider person or the Snake Lady, and one of those two people, and you give them this and say that this is from Dirham and Smiling Mountain. Yes?
Mountain, I just feel like Spider Lady and Snake Lady might be a larger categorization than we're possible of.
Say leader of Broken Horn tribe, and this is what they look like. We give them a description of what they look like.
Hey, does that work? He says, looking to the Lord Demon. Does that make sense? Do you get that? Does that?
We point in a direction.
Right.
Give a description. Do we have to roll to give directions?
No, I mean, if all you do is point in a direction, then
no. We're giving more than that. He's like, so this is the two individuals who you're going to be looking for. This needs to get to them. The list that you've been holding. And he explains the Spider Lunar and he explains the Snake Lunar as best as he can, and say those two objectively are the individuals that you need to get this to and give on behalf of Dirham and Mountain. Do you understand that? You got that? Can you do that?
I think I can.
Okay, that's good enough for me. And in case you find yourself in danger, do your best to just withdraw outright.
Okay,
I believe in you.
And he begins slowly shuffling off in the direction that you sent him.
As he does, I say to Mountain, I don't think I believe in him.
Should we just call Lore back? Hey, Lore!
No. We're too deep into this now.
All right, fine.
We're the only.
Well, she can at least lead him back, and then if anything happens, he could just whoop away.
But then she asks questions, and we get into that situation because.
What are you talking about? If she says, "Oh, why don't you just give it to me?" and say, "You're not coming closer to us."
He'll be fine. Let's go.
I look off at the freaking Plotto librarian demon. I'm like, a lot more faith than me, my friend. And I scoop fucking deer back up and start just trouncing through the trees again.
Craig might regret this later, but it feels okay.
All right. Would you like to make an intelligence survival roll to give him directions that will assist him in his role of navigating his way back there?
I would fucking love to.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Who's making that roll?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Intelligence survival.
Survival, I'm good at. Survival's actually
intelligence. I'm good at. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Do you want to aid? And then we don't got to stop.
You can't aid your attempt to aid. Also, didn't he give the directions?
All right, looks like I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. But I feel like my process and fun, jovial conversation with him is probably worth something, right? Probably worth like some sort of.
Sure, you can have it. I'll give you a 2 dot stun.
Oh! Yes! He does have a heart. We're getting somewhere. Here we go.
Even though I think we had established that you don't actually get stuns first aid rolls, but
Well, I'm not rolling my aid now.
no, he is rolling. He's rolling
he's
an
aiding
aid roll.
the demon. I see.
I see. I too see as well. And I gave him a 3.
Gave him a 3.
Oh, I gave him a 4 actually. 4.
Because the +1.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Come on, tiny demon.
No survival. I was going to leave you in suspense about what the roll was. He had 8 dice because of your +4.
Oh no.
On those 8 dice, he rolled 7 successes.
Whoa!
Right.
Yeah! I did.
I thought you were gonna say none, so he just falls on his face right away. We're like, oh, God.
Smashes his head into a rock and dissipates.
Yeah, no, that is a statistical anomaly that I could not sit on there. All right.
Thank you, Lord Demon. Thanks.
I know which dice to use for the combat. All right.
Please no.
The Nanik begins shuffling off in that direction. He's not particularly fast,
right?
But he is taking his time, examining his surroundings, looking for every way marker that you gave, which involves looking up because you were traveling in the trees the entire time, which makes it harder, of course. But you are fairly certain that he is heading in at least the direction of them now.
All right.
And he may make it there in the next couple days.
Oh, no.
I mean, he's not fast. He's certainly not mountain jumping through trees fast.
Well, it is what it is. We still have a copy. That's why you photocopy things. Is so
exactly. And you did tell him if he gets into trouble to disappear.
To just get on out. So yeah, I told him, just take care of yourself. Okay. So, all right. I have a feeling this is going to work out perfectly. Mountain, let's go.
I don't have that feeling. I mean, not about the Nemec, I say, as we take off.
About the Namek?
I mean, yes, the Namekian.
I don't cast spells. I don't pronounce things right. This is why I don't cast spells.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you're right. It's probably going to be a mess. I mean, the way we're looking at it right now, we are trying to keep these two parties at peace. And it feels like there's someone else who's trying to just make the engagement happen.
You're right. So what do we know? We know it's almost certainly not going to be the Divine Order because they wouldn't work with creatures like that. It's very, you die. Oh, you're a werewolf, you're dead. Oh, you're made of sunlight, you're dead. Oh, you're not made of an element, you're dead. Seems to be their modus operandi. Yeah.
I mean, are we certain?
I feel like we were in that for a long time. And when we found that werewolf, Pluton wasn't like, oh, wait, time out. This isn't something we have to kill.
Sure, but hear me out. When you are in enough of control that you can say that us, Solars, are anathemas, what's to say that you can't say, and this one is collared, so it's fine to work for us? The realm being what they are, I'm not saying that they would often willingly cooperate, but what's to say that they can't? Adramalihk works for us for now.
From a strategic point of view, I agree with you, but then why wouldn't they have done that with Sparrow? When we said let's spare Sparrow and bring him back, Pluton was like, the things they'll do to him will be worse than death, and it had nothing to do with using him as a tool. It was just very obviously not great. I think that unfortunately, because they have wrapped up our evilness in less of it's not a cerebral state, it's absolute, it's a theoretic or a theotocratic point of view. It is religious and divine in nature, so there is no room for wiggling. This is not a strategic point of view, because from a strategist point of view, you're right. If your enemy has a strength and you can use that strength against them, you absolutely should, but that's not how they approach things, and that's how they garner support from the populace, is by saying it is an absolute, that we are absolutely evil.
I suppose what I'm saying is, if I'm in control, and I know I'm in control, I think it would be possible.
I feel like it would be possible from a strategic point of view. I just don't think it's possible from, again, the
So are we really dealing with two errant ascended individuals? Is that what we're looking at here? Or is it Adramalihk, and we know how fast he moves when he wants to, but he can't be in two places at once, right?
No, but having a small creature does not bode well. I mean, you both know that.
Yeah.
Unless there's another thing that has grave stink on it, that has a small familiar. That's just weird.
We've seen weirder.
But I think we both know that it's not terribly likely. Maybe he fought it because he had to. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to the city.
Indeed.
And we make our way to the city. That's the end of the dialogue section.
Hell yeah.
All right. So you arrive back at the city to the closed gates. What do you do this time?
Can you jump it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking jump it. And then when the elementals are gonna be there and be like, what a big.
Just jump it. You're 10 feet tall.
You are.
You're 10 feet tall. I feel like even if you just didn't juice it, you'd be like,
it's like 2 stories tall, right?
Okay. Go ahead, you can make your roll.
How tall is the wall? Tell me how tall the wall is, Josh. 30 feet, 20
Box
feet.
him in with numbers. Box him in with numbers.
A typical castle wall would be 12 meters tall.
Okay, so that's 3 feet per meter, so 36.
40. Wait, 3 meters each for 15 meters?
3 feet per
Or
meter.
3 feet per meter? 15? 45? 15,
No,
30,
he didn't say
45,
50. He said 12.
I did say 12.
12.
So
36. 36. Word up. My bad.
Got
I'm
it.
sorry. I misheard.
36.
So it's
That
like 3
is-
stories tall.
That is. You effectively have to jump 4 times your height.
I don't. No, I only have to
4
jump. But no,
times.
I don't have to jump 4 times because you have to figure my wingspan gets me up to 15
Exactly,
feet. So I only
exactly.
have to jump my height
Yeah.
to grab onto the wall, which is still really hard.
Right. He's doing-
it's still a 15-foot vertical leap, to be clear.
Yeah, he's just doing a high jump, which is not fun, but good
I don't-
news. 15 feet.
It's
All
super
right.
heroic, but like if you think about like a 5-foot guy jumping 5 feet up, it's heroic, but it's not like.
Well, hold on. Does Hulk jumping help you? Because we could just back up and be like, and just like take the
there are
runner
lots of
stance and
powers
just.
I could use. I absolutely don't want to use powers right now if I can help it, because there could there could literally be an elementalist on that wall being like, "I was waiting for you."
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes. Yeah, okay. You can definitely try it.
You got this.
Maybe that's strength athletics.
You got this. You were built for this.
I was actually literally built for this, yes, but
That's what I'm saying.
I'm literally at this point in time also trying not to use any of the things I further built for this because I'm crazy good at jumping.
It has been a few hours, so you can each regain, let's say, 15 motes.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm gonna pump it up.
Yo, do
3.
it, baby.
I'm gonna
Do
pump it up 3.
Yes, that temptation. Carrot dangled and immediately bitten.
You're right. I'm George. I'm easy.
Yeah, I'm not a proud man. You kidding me? You just gave me the money. I'm gonna spend that money.
That should just tell the listeners how easy it is to guide us. So really, anything that happens in this campaign is George's fault.
Yeah, he wrote all of this. We're just following his script.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Read
that's
the
a crazy
lines
good.
like I told you, Craig.
I'm sorry.
This is a crazy roll. I got 4 10s.
Oof.
Wait, no, that is a 1 because it's a die 100. I'm lying, but I still got 3 10.
That's great. That's 6. Right?
10 total.
10 total. Woof.
Woo!
All right.
Yeah, I pumped it 3, and then I have 2 because my specialization is literally jumping for athletics. Just
All
once
right.
it more.
And you leap up into the air, easily reaching the crest of the wall and proving for a fact that in the world of Exalted, walls are pointless.
What's worse is we came here for one point and just went, and then we proved we could do the alternative. Anyone who saw any of this is just like, these fucking dudes suck.
That dude is eating a sandwich, thinking about his life, about how his life works. Told him it was going to be a month, and then just saw me coming that way, and he's just like, "No, the Masons, my masonry's in question."
Come on!
Guy goes home, has an existential.
You had a choice. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You reach the
Sorry,
top of the wall. There is no angry blacksmith on top.
Makes sense. Probably been.
He didn't say no elementalists though, so there's one invisibly around here.
That's true.
fair.
That is my style to wait for you to start to say something and then bring in the but you do see nothing.
Oh, that would have been great. I would have loved it. Anyway, so yeah, I climb all the way up, and I guess we should go to the guardhouse now.
Yeah, let's reconvene with the captain and see what's been going on.
Does
What
the
have we
city
missed?
seem like it's in a tizzy?
Yeah,
Has
is it on
anything been- have
fire,
any
George?
murders been reported?
Is it on fire? Is the city on fire? Is it just
The city is not on fire.
cool? Okay. Are you okay? So Dirham, as he's standing at the top of the wall overlooking the city, just takes a moment to take in the sights and see if anything catches his perception as he is like scanning the streets and seeing the activity. If people are walking at like a heightened pace, if there's any like running, if it looks like there's a flow of traffic going to a specific place or away. Main things that as you look at the macro picture of a cityscape, you might see that motion.
Okay, so you were looking to see the overall ebb and flow of the citizens of this city.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a 2-dot stunt.
There we go. See, look, I figured it out. Get
did
to
it.
3. I'll get to 3. Okay, so perception awareness, 2-dot stunt.
Yes. Yep.
What you want?
You're trying to interpret the motions. So while there is perception and awareness to it, it's more studying it and watching and trying to find the patterns in the flow. So I'm going to call that intelligence investigation.
Ooh. Okay.
If you were simply looking for something that stands out in the crowd, that I would call perception awareness. But since you're trying to interpret the results to get a macro picture,
I dig it. Okay.
can I say I like seeing you guys succeed now and then.
Right? Feels great. 7.
7 successes. All right. The flow of the city does not appear particularly impacted. Everything seems to be the way it has been every time you are here. There are people going to work. There are people going to the stores. There are people going about their daily lives, and they do not appear to be overly adjusting it in any particular direction, except for one slight area in a section of the city that you have not been frequenting. There is a relatively stood apart building, a larger house, and there seems to be a hole of activity there.
Where hum or hole? Like
hole,
which Dirham will immediately point out to Mountain.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we'll hop down and start running about. Right? Yeah.
Just go right
just
there.
jump down off the wall and then just start sprinting in the direction of the activity.
Okay.
Or
you jump
lack
down,
of.
Right. Or
yes.
lack of. Yeah.
You jump down and start heading in the direction of the lack of activity. Eventually you reach it. It takes about half an hour to cross that distance, unless you're particularly sprinting.
I don't want to get there tired.
Yeah, okay. We're not trying to like break the speed of sound or anything like that. We're just hustling.
Or people in the street.
Yeah.
And as you get closer, the herds of people begin to thin out until eventually you reach that area and you don't see the normal people, but you do see up ahead some guards patrolling.
You know any of those guys?
Do I?
Roll your essence.
Ooh.
Essence?
I just need to come up with interesting ways to make luck checks happen.
Is that 2?
That's fair. Yeah, I think it's 2 right now.
Yeah,
right?
I see that it's 2. I see 2 dots, so I'm like, that must be what my essence is. Come on. Nothing.
Nothing. No, you do not.
I don't.
All right.
No, which I guess is kind of odd. I'm actually, now that we're in this area where there's just a lack of anything, do I smell death?
Oh, word.
Give me your perception awareness.
I'll pump it too. Why shouldn't I pump it?
Come on.
And
Find us some Scooby
nothing
snacks.
else. That's terrible.
No!
No!
I saw the 2 10s and I was like, oh, fucking did it. And then I did not do it. It's a 6. A 6 is 4. Let me see, because I think when the power goes off, I get something from it. So let me see.
Squeeze out all the juice, baby. Squeeze out. Hey, George, that felt like it was very foreboding and interesting, and it drew me into the story. And I feel like he deserves at least a 1 dot stunt, right, for that.
I feel like I didn't stunt at all.
For you to ask him if he smells
I feel like
death?
I didn't stunt.
Hey,
I didn't feel like I stunted.
I'm here to support. All right,
You
I'm
are,
here to
and
support.
I appreciate it, but you know what? I didn't
just
put effort into it.
Hey,
And I
I'm
don't
just going to
deserve it.
highlight, I think that there's a point of value to the immersive element of the narrative when you say a question forebodingly, like as I'm like honing in on the guards and stuff, and he just stops my quick trail and go,
Oh, I
Is
get
there a
plus
sense
2
of
to
death?
it because I just get plus 2 to my smells. I didn't even know that. I should read my skills.
You really
Ooh.
should. You really, at some point, need to try to.
I
realize
have
that you
like
only
so
read
many
half
weird
the things.
skills. Like I have like almost no combat skills. All my skills are weird.
nah, if you get too familiar, then you don't get to rediscover all of the magic of your
Like,
character, you know, in real
wow.
time.
Textures, go to a library bank, no rerolls of anything, but I do get the plus 2, so that's cool. Plus 2 successes. Yeah,
So what do
Okay.
we got?
so I'm at 4.
At 4 to try to smell the scent of death in this area.
I let's see. I'll try and stunt it. Let's go
Nope,
for it.
Nope, you do not smell the scent of death here.
Shit.
All right.
God damn.
All right. Well, I'll just
okay.
keep heading toward that house.
Do you want to talk to the guards?
Not unless they stop us.
Fair enough. We keep going.
You start heading toward the house. The guards stop you.
Perfect. That's what we're ready for.
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. Come back next week for the next part of our adventure, or join our Patreon for early access to the next episode, as well as a Patreon exclusive campaign of Rippers. Join our wonderful patrons Bubble Dirt and Nova Phoenix in supporting this show. And of course, don't forget to check out our tutorials and video plays on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can join our Discord. Check the description for a link. Don't have Discord? No worries, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey. Copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.